The origins of the Great Army are not recorded in any contemporary sources, but the disparate forces that joined it undoubtedly included those armies recorded as being active in continental Europe and Ireland in the mid-9th century, as well as fresh forces arriving direct from Scandinavia. Moreover, traditions, whether real or invented, about the actions and encounters of these armies must have been widely known and influential on members of the Great Army. Viking raiders had become a regular presence across much of Ireland and the northern part of the continent. By the mid-9th century, an acquisition of land had commenced. Contemporary accounts reveal that raiding groups rarely cooperated for any great length of time, and rivalries between them were as characteristic of Viking behaviour as were attacks on churches, towns, and centres of political power. Archaeological evidence is limited, but contributes to the picture that emerges from the written sources of the diverse origins and areas of activity of the raiders. In this chapter, we provide an outline of the range of Viking attacks and interactions with local rulers and communities in Ireland, on the continent, and in England. And we introduce Scandinavia in the decades before 865 to provide context for the actions of the Great Army. Viking armies in Ireland, the Longfort. Viking armies had been a year-round presence in Ireland since at least the early 840s, when bases described as Longfort, singular Longfort, are first documented on Lough Neagh and Lindúhal, County Louth and Dublin. The term derives from two Latin loanwords, navis longa, meaning warship, and portus, a harbour, a haven. And they were indeed located close to accessible harbours. Whether the Longfort were a specific type of settlement has been extensively debated. The use of the term broadened over time, and not all Viking bases or camps were described in this way. Irrespective of what they may have been called, archaeological evidence for Viking camps in Ireland remains limited, but it suggests the presence of sizable communities with access to extensive resources. In 841, Viking raiders were described in the annals of Ulster as being based at the Longfort of Lindúhal, which has been located archaeologically at Annagassan, the ford of Annagassan. Survey and trial trenching revealed a ditch and internal bank, circa 245 metres long, defending a peninsula over a kilometre long between the River Glyde and the Irish Sea, effectively creating an island of circa 64 hectares